Hey, what is up? What is going on? This is Gumby, and welcome to another VOD review. Today we're going to look at Atlanta Academy versus Angry Titans and Hanamura, and why you basically shouldn't play Hammond on this map against this, well, not really on this map, but against this particular composition, and how Atlanta Academy basically fumbled this quite a bit. Don't worry, Angry Titans also did fumble quite a bit. So Atlanta Academy is going to open up with triple DPS with a Hammond. Their other support is Zenyatta. The Zenyatta, of course, applies Discord Orbs, and you also have a very nice peel for when the Torbjorn or the what do you call this? The Torbjorn or the Mei have Blizzard. That's not the Torb. Okay, there we go. So in case of molten load, or Blizzard, you have Transcendence in response. So that's the logic as to why you kind of want. That's part of the logic of why you kind of want Zenyatta with this composition instead of going full DPS, like full quad DPS. The other reason is because if you have a Zen and Angry Titans decides to switch to goats for the second point, you have a built-up ultimate. So this is also saving for the future. Saving for goat's transition. On the side of Angry Titans, they open up with what? This is basically CV composition. The only difference is that instead of a Roadhog, you have a Bastion. So Bastion, which means that Angry Titans may have expected another bunker to be run up against them because Bastion equals a lot of shield break potential because that's a lot of damage that's gonna come from the Bastion. So basically, Angry Titans expected another bunker to be run against them, but it didn't happen. Instead, they have this, and the weakness of this is that you don't have a Roadhog who can roam. So Roadhog, in response to a triple DPS composition, is roaming pickoffs. Because you can have your Roadhog just roam around the map or contest the point and maybe get a pickoff when Atlanta Academy decides to either commit or to push forward a little bit. Atlanta Academy's composition is pretty standard, apart from, well, of course, Gator on. Wait, let's change the color. Gator on Hammond. The reason why I don't like Hammond is because of this. Actually, the entirety of their team, the exception probably of the Baptiste, because Hammond gets halted. So a lot of things that can happen to him is halt, which just messes up his pile driver. The other thing is freeze, which also just messes up the Hammond entirely. There's also the fact that you have a Twerb as a shotgun, and it really sucks to play a tank against Twerb, especially in a 1v1. You also have a Bastion who will just shred. So Bastion's, what do you call that, sentry mode? Hi Natter, I know my handwriting is absolutely horrible. You also have Sleep Dart that can also fuck up a Hammond, so I don't like the choice of having a Hammond, apart from maybe pressuring the point, which to my knowledge they don't actually do. Apart from that, this is fine. Atlanta Academy's plan is to just build up EMP 6 people or 5 people. Bottom line, EMP a significant number of people and then finish them off. So Gator doesn't die miraculously, and the reason behind that is because, as far as I know, okay, he goes for this jump. Now, usually, if you're going to be a Hammond and you're going up against this particular composition, you're going to die, because there's going to be a Mei that's going to freeze you. Like this Hammond, the moment that he does this slam, even with the support of a Sombra, is going to be frozen. Frozen or slept, because the Anne is also going to be here. And then the Bastion will just shred him. So, but it didn't happen, and I'm not 100% sure why. Okay, from this, it would seem that... No, but the heal... Okay, there's a nade. Nade came from somewhere. There's already a nade being used on them, I think? Or what is that up arrow then, if not the nade? But the thing is, the important thing is they don't have a Mei over here. The purpose of a Mei, sticking with the bunker and the Orisa, is for the ice wall. So just in case that the shield of the Orisa gets spammed out, you still have an ice wall that can block off the damage, and then maybe you can rotate to a place wherein you can heal, maybe through here. Straight to the point. God damn it. This is so scuffed. So after the ice wall is committed, you rotate all the way to the point, basically just to save your Orisa from taking any more damage and preserving this particular cooldown, the immortality field. Another thing is, if you had a Mei here and they go for that dive with a Hammond, like, he gets disabled really quickly. And it's going to be very difficult for the Mercy to res, and that also eliminates the possibility of them pushing or pressuring the point, because you can't really pressure the point with 3 people who have 200 HP. That's not really gonna happen. Okay, so that's where the Ana was. The Ana was across. The problem with this is, well, the advantage is, of course, if the Ana is over here across from the bunker. So, wait, let's go all the way back. So the bunker is set up over here, right, in this platform or this area. If your Ana's right over yonder, and that means that there's less likelihood for them to dive your Ana, but then again, why would you care? How would they dive your Ana anyway? Would they have enough burst? Probably would. But then again, you have Immortality Field, just in case they do commit for the dive, so... I think you could have just risked it. I think if you were Angry Titans, you could have just risked sticking your Ana with the bunker. Because if they do go for the dive, then at least you have a Sleep Dart. And Urki on Mei is contesting the point, so... You don't really need... Well, I don't know. I think you could have just had every single person, apart from the Torb, over here. In the end, Atlantis shouldn't have enough burst to just finish people off, especially with the Immortality Field. The Torbjorn can just, like, off-angle from the other side. There's no real reason for the enemy team to dive him. And Urki right now in his position is really vulnerable. Like, what Atlanta could have done is just have their Hammond go to the point. Once Hawk is now set up on the point as well, the Urki will try to go freeze the Hammond. Wait, let's actually illustrate this. So Gator goes point, Gator plus Hawk go point, pressure point, in response to that, Urki will try to freeze, contests. Urki will then get hacked. And then the rest of Atlanta Academy should be able to at least burst down Urki. And now, but then you would have this annoying concave still. Then again, like at this level of play, Gator and Hawk should be enough to kill Urki by themselves, especially if Saucy is going to be sniping from. Saucy's going to be over here from main sniping. Then Sugar Free and Funny Astro can just spam out the turret and the Torb, prevent them from, and as well as the Ana, because incidentally the Ana is right over here with the Torb. So what Funny Astro and Sugar Free can do is try to spam out the Ana and the Torb from trying to assist the hacked Mei. So that's one way that they could have done this. I don't think like what do you call this? Gator going for the dive, the pile drive on the bunker was super risky. He could have died. He could have just died right there and then. It's just very fortunate that this is the positioning that Angry Titans chose instead of just holding as a unit for the most part. Immortality Field is used as well as the Matrix. Atlanta just backs off and then recontests or re-engages after that. Turrets are always a priority whenever you're up against Torb. Don't want Torb to build ult really quickly via the turret. So, I mean, Atlanta should win this because they have all the free space in the world. The position that Angry Titans have found themselves in is untenable. It's just really easy to surround them. Of course, tactical crouch. Just get into the minds of your opponents. So, what are their ults so far? Angry Titans are not gonna switch. They did lose their... Wait, what the hell? Okay, let's use blue for Angry Titans. So Angry Titans have lost their Mei. He switched to a ball. But so that means that they don't have Blizzard. They do have a peeling ult in the form of Molten Load. I will still keep calling it that because why the hell not? It looks like you know what. So Angry Titans have a lot of ults coming up. Atlanta Academy didn't really need to commit a lot of ultimates in their last fight. I would rather have Gator now switch to Orisa. Because again, Orisa, not the Z, Orisa. Because Orisa provides a couple of things. Number one, she can also spam. Granted that in the following position that Angry Titans are going to take, the spam isn't really going to be that impactful in terms of shield, but it might be impactful for the Bastion, against the Bastion, rather, position that he will be taking. Orisa also takes space, a little bit better than Hammond. You also have the ability to not be bullied by the Mei and the Torb, because really, so not... Because really, like, if you're a Hammond, you're... Like, this is your worst nightmare. I guess it also extends to a Winston, because the Winston has to get in your face. And the moment that the Winston gets in your face, he gets halted, frozen, like shotgun, bastion, left click, and then slept. And then if it doesn't work, they still have immortality field. So your life is really sad. So apart from that, I mean, Atlanta Academy should be able to snowball from there. Angry Titans, their play is to, well, against, okay, what the fuck? Okay, against EMP, they're looking to deny space using the Molten Load. So that means that Spectral needs to play really, really safe. Wait, switch to blue. So Molten Load needs to go off, or needs to not be hacked. Load versus EMP. Response to EMP. Like, they're going to Molten Load probably part of the point, and then maybe the windows. Yeah. Bottom line is, he should not be hacked, he should not be EMP'd. The rest of the Angry Titans are semi-expendable. Because the Molten Load should be enough to at least zone out Atlanta Academy, even with Transcendence up. So even if they have Transcendence, Molten Load should still be pretty good. Because after Transcendence, so they transcend, right? Trans versus Molten Load. So after that, what Angry Titans will do is they will use bongos from Lullish, and then the Bastion ult as well. So that's tank mode. That's D, whatever, plus bongo versus this. And after that, I mean, this is very much. So if you do this, you need to group up, right? Ish. So you can maybe use your Hanzo ult to zone them out. Or maybe they can just go for a hack. Okay, so if you're Atlanta Academy, what you're looking to do is disable this guy. You need to disable Spectral. So your play is number one, disable Spectral, because if you have EMP anyway and they use what? Their bongo or their amp matrix, you can just EMP that away. Including immortality field. So disable Molten Load. Likely get a pick off. They can play slow, they still have 544. So they can just scout out and then position themselves so that they can kill Spectral immediately. Disable Molten Load. You gotta pick off. Regroup. And then force the fight to the point so that your Sombra can EMP. So force fight to the point. Point for EMP. So you force the EMP. Well, you force out about 3 ultimates probably, maybe 4 since A-Fox is almost to nano boost. So you force those out, you EMP them away, and after that you just spam them to death. Spam to clean up. If you're Angry Titans, you need to protect Spectral at all costs. You need to bait out the EMP. So let's write that down actually. If you're Angry Titans, protect. I cannot spell. English is hard. Protect. Torb. Bait out EMP. And then molten load to molten load zoning. Usually on the point, but you can also spread the molten load wherever Atlanta Academy is going to advance from. So likely from main and from the windows. So here, this area, and then the windows that are behind this, or behind and above the Sombra. And after you use the molten load, then you can maybe commit a few more ultimates, such as the Bongo, the Bastion ult, maybe this, maybe even Amp Matrix. So yeah. So if you're Atlanta Academy, you need to play the slow. Maybe kill the Torb immediately. Try to get more off angles. Like right now, Atlanta Academy is spamming from literally one area, and that's this. Spamming from the windows, from main. I would rather have. I would want the Hanzo to be over here. So I would rather want Saucy to be there. The reason being is that Hawk is now scouted that the position of the Angry Titans, right? So Hawk already communicated to the rest of the team that the supports are right here near spawn, and the rest of the team are taking positions near the bridge, more forward positions. So that means that they're isolated. So if an EMP does go off and a molten load does proc either on the point, it's still okay. You still have a Hanzo that can maybe follow up on the EMP and snipe a bunch of people. Teach me the one of wisdom. Hey, Kamboya, what's up? Thank you for stopping by. Anyway. So they scout out, they EMP this, but there's no follow-up. There is no follow-up to that EMP. Well, there kinda is. I mean, they do get fat. Funny Astro kills fat, but they needed more out of that. The moment that they do EMP goes off. It's a purple EMP. Yeah, kinda is. Because, like, there's no setup at all. Like, yeah, they get a 3-man EMP. They got a 3-man EMP, but there's no follow-up. Follow-up equals where? Where? Right? Yeah, I can't write with a friggin' mouse. Anyway, then again, I can't write with a friggin' pen or pencil either, so there's that. Anyway, EMP goes out, there's a molten load. Atlanta Academy can't really advance, at least not as easily at this moment. Gator dies. I have no idea where Gator is positioning himself. EMP. Gator is on the point, but then the molten load is there as well to a degree, so he's about to die. He's definitely going to die. Yeah, I think they should have gone for that EMP. They needed to disable Spectral first, and then take space, and then EMP. That's just weird. It's a good dragon. They try to get the Orisa, doesn't happen. They commit the Bongo and the Nano Boost. So Sugar Free tries to kill the Orisa but doesn't quite get one, or get the kill. Bastion ults. Hawk goes for Fat, because Fat is going for Funny Astro. So this is a bit of a catch-22, because Funny Astro doesn't really have a person that he can fly to right now. As far as I know. As far as I can tell. Wait, Let's see the positions of everybody. Let's go back a little bit. Hanzo's still main. Okay, there was a Hanzo there. He got killed because Spectral is still behind enemy lines. They finally kill him. But now they're still down. They're still down quite a bit. There's no way that Atlanta Academy should be able to take this. And yet they're still committing. What what Hawk could have done is eat maybe the shot from the Bastion, but again, his priority was trying to protect Funny Astro. Funny Astro had nowhere else to go. Maybe he could have flown towards Bread, what? So Funny Astro is being harassed. He could have probably flown towards Bird. But Bird is in line of sight of the rest of the team, so it's going to be a catch. Yeah, it's a rock. It's being stuck in a rock in a hard place. Between a rock and a hard place. English is hard. God damn it. So are their idioms. But yeah, Atlanta committed to that fight needlessly, and they EMP'd the wrong people. Well, they EMP'd the right people. They just did it at the wrong time, in my opinion. So Atlanta Academy switches to floats, basically, which is incredibly horrible because even if you have, so you now have instead of Hammond, you have a Winston, but the Winston needs to jump. He needs to jump into this. And that means that you also bring up the exact same things that the Hammond is going to face, which is the halt, the freeze, the sleep, the spam from both the Torb and the Bastion, and then if that doesn't work, for some god knows what reason, you still have Fat with the Immortality field. So this is horrible. This is just a bad composition to throw into this. But then again, I think Atlanta Academy didn't really practice any other composition for the second point, apart from Goats with Winston, so I can't really blame them too much for that. Can't really win with something that you didn't practice. But there has to be a certain point wherein you have to take a risk with a composition that you didn't quite practice or know by heart to try and defeat the composition that's right before you, or the strategy that's being played against you. And quite frankly, this is not it. What? It's true though. It's like, would you? Okay, Natter. All right. If they didn't practice for against this ever, which I mean, it is still possible. No one in the NA scene is, at least to my knowledge. I'm lurking purple EM, lurking purple EMP. Okay, that is true. It is a very much a purple EMP, but yeah, I mean, Atlanta Academy, this is not a composition that you want to use against this, and I think we're about to see why. Even with the Diva, like, DMing the Winston, like, can you DM the freeze from May? I don't think you can. Get walled off, they need to wait for that. They already used bubble, so basically Winston doesn't want to jump anymore. At least for a while. Gator is now super stuck and he's super dead. Oh boy. Okay. So there's no such thing as a comp that just wins outright, right? It's like there's still execution and shit, but there's also such a thing as the path of least resistance, and right now Atlanta Academy's going for the path with the most resistance. They're trying to bash their heads against the wall before the Winston can even jump into them. He's probably gonna die like that. Oh boy. Even if Atlanta Academy does build ult, like, they have so much peel. What is the optimal comp against Angry Titan? I would spam with Mercy, Zen, Orisa, Fire, Hanzo, Ash, but I don't know how they could get the space they would need to make the comp work. You need to go for off angles. I mean, okay. So let's look at the position that Angry Titans are in right now. So they took that upper right position. So if you're gonna go for spam, you can spam from the windows, and then you can have maybe, I don't want a Hammond, god damn it, but you might need one for this. Maybe. Or not actually. You can go from main. You can either go from main or from the bridge. So you go from main, set up your shield over here and then spam. That's one option. Another option is just to go high ground, set up shield here and spam from there. All the while trying to rotate to higher ground and then spam from across. So if you're Atlanta Academy, you go for a spam comp yourself, go to the high ground, and start spamming from there. Meanwhile, your Sombra can probably go for a 1v1 versus Diana, who's right over here. So that's one way probably that you can do it. Maybe? I mean, we have to see it in practice. So they're still going with this Atlanta Academy. Alright. I mean, that's not as bad as it could have been until that happens. Wait. Oops. Too low on that. Wait, what happened? Is this too advanced? What? Okay. Get walled off. The tanks are not there. Okay, he got pulled. He got pulled. That's why it's rough. So if you're gonna go goat still into this, so wall is down. You need to bait out the wall, and then you need to rotate all the way, and maybe contest Diana because Diana is the only one stuck down here. Maybe the Torb as well, but at this point they have ults, so that's going to be rough. So the game plan right now for Academy is to bait out at least the Mei ult. Oops, we need to erase that arrow. I mean, they should just wipe. Okay, they force out the Mei ult. That's pretty good. They need to wait a little bit. Maybe. Never mind. They should wipe. They should wipe. This is still good though. They baited out one of the zoning ultimates by Angry Titans. They only now have Torb, and to a degree, the bongos, but that's not great. Wait, you don't have. Wait, Atlanta Academy does not have a Zen. That might be problematic. They're trying to capitalize for the nades, but how do you do that? Even without a diva, they don't really need to eat anything. It's really hard for them to get a nade off on that high ground. What are you doing here, Gator? Okay, they're going to die maybe? Nope, there's an immortality field, so they're still very much alive. And that is very demoralizing if you're Atlanta Academy because you just used all of your ults, but you don't even get an additional tick, I don't think. Ah, they do. They don't. They don't. They don't. Oh man. So this would be the wise time to actually switch to something that isn't this. Urki's close, well, halfway to a May ult, but again, Angry Titans have all the tools to delay the push just so that Urki can maybe get that ultimate in time. I agree that the Ana isn't great, but playing floats with Zen instead of Ana, really worth it. Yeah, because just in case the Angry Titans do commit, say Blizzard. So you've got Blizzard for, wait, let's go for blue to represent the blue to represent the Titans. Okay, so the Angry Titans have Blizzard, and Molten Load. I'll never get tired of calling it Molten Load. What does your if you're going go if you're going to go for what do you call this, beat? If you go for beat, I swear I fucking clicked that. Okay, beat into this is still really rough, right? If you're a Lucio. Because you're still going to be frozen, and you're still going to take a lot of damage from the Molten Load. Same with Rally. Rally doesn't really counter any of these. But if you have a Transcendence, Transcendence counters all of these. Countered by Trans. That's why you want to keep a Zen instead of an Ana. Plus, it's really rough to get a nade or a sleep. You would need your Rissa to not have the shield for the Bastion, because the Bastion is the main target of your sleep. I don't think you sleep any of the other people here. Maybe the Orisa herself, but eh. The main damage dealer for this composition is the Bastion, and you want to get rid of the Bastion. Post haste. So yeah, that's the reason why I would rather have a Zen rather than an Ana. Because even if, say, you get your nano boost on Gator, Gator jumps their back line, Gator will still die. Why? There's so much damage. There's also a lot of disable. And then, even if that's enough, again, immortality field. Like, it's really rough. And even with the Transcendence, by the way, it's still freaking rough because Angry Titans can just stagger their zoning ultimates, and that's it. Like, you use the one thing that can maybe get you out of that really rough position, like when they're using Blizzard and Molten Load. And the Bastion is still alive at the high ground. They sleep him, but this shouldn't be enough. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is. What happened there? How did they get this? Okay. Commit another nano boost. They grab the Ana. Gator's dead, but like Saucy is really high energy right now. Blizzard goes out. The Bastion's asleep in his ult. Okay. They lost a lot of damage. They lost a lot of damage and a lot of healing. Because the to my knowledge, the Batiste is still alive. But that's still a lot of healing gone because the Ana's not there. But Atlanta should still not be able to take this. Because Sebastian is once again awake. That also happens. Torbjorn is really close to the Molten Load. Gator cannot touch. No one on their team can touch. No one in Atlanta can touch. Yeah, that's basically it. They never could get rid of the Bastion in the high ground. Unlucky. Wait, what? Why am I already here? The fuck? I went in too far forward. Oops. So angry titans are going to attack. I wish I could advance. What the fuck? Why is it always going to advance over there when I click it? That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Alright. Atlanta, what did you do? Why did they have 6 minutes? The hell is happening here? Okay, so this is probably the start of the fight. Yeah, this is this is definitely the start of the fight. Like, they have no ults. They have not built up any ults. Alright. So it's floats versus it's floats Sombra versus Angry Titans normal goods. Okay. So key to victory is to build EMP, build Winston Primal, and divide and conquer. EMP, and then kill everyone. Divide and conquer using Primal. Then after that, snowball. Okay. You're still stopping in that room, so you're still kind of fine with this. Hmm. Did they ever nade them? I don't think. So they go down. I would like to see a nade from Bird. They have not yet tried to nade the enemy team offensively. Yeah, like that was so free. The moment that it dropped, I think there should have been a nade to try and dissuade them from going forward after that. Also, where's that EMP, son? What happened to the EMP? We're still at 40%. It's already 60 seconds into the match. I guess you're also close to the primal, so it should be fine. Ish. Primal gets popped. But I think he got focused down super hard. And that's because wait, they don't have a brig! Wait, I just noticed that. God damn it, I'm blind. They have no brig. So, in exchange for for the possibility of a bomb, they don't have a rally. Okay, I missed that completely. So, Atlanta Academy has no brig. No brig equals less sustain, and the possibility of them being able to fight a longer engagement is pretty low. So that means that it really predicates on Sugar Free to get an EMP very quickly. Else their monkey just dies, even with Primal. Like, he just died. If he dives inside, he gets focused down, and then poof. There's no Brig ultimate that will save him. Or at least an armor pack. Huh. This is going to be rough. I wouldn't have minded if Hawk just sacrificed the mech, or being a diva, just so that they could have Sugar Free as a brig for additional sustain. Because as is, like, Gator was super pressured to to just go in as as Winston, and then after that, it's like, what the hell did they do? There's not gonna be enough DM shield from Saucy and Hawk, respectively, to keep him alive. So at the very least, Atlanta Academy has Graviton Search and EMP. That's a really good, what do you call this? It's a really good Grav. Titans are looking to engage with a sound barrier, but not before baiting out the EMP from Sugar Free. So maybe they can go for, assuming that the bomb is available. No, it's not. Well, it is. It is close. So what they can do is, since that they saw the, I mean, Angry Titans already saw the Graviton being used. So in response to Grav last fight, Grav last fight, they can go for, Titans can go for a bomb engage. After a bomb engage, what does Atlanta do? Atlanta goes for a counter bomb of their own, or maybe a beat, so you can, so beat, maybe a counter bomb, maybe. In response to that, they EMP. Angry Titans will EMP. And what does Atlanta Academy have in response to an EMP? Nothing. So yeah, they need. So yeah, Angry Titans needs to force out the EMP before Fat does the beat. So after the EMP, you beat for Angry Titans, and after the beat, you should win in theory, assuming that you also assuming that you eliminate the Ana very quickly or Gator. Wait, after beat. Okay, they might be. Okay, Gator is going to Primal. Wait, I'm confusing my colors now. God damn it. So blue is Atlanta, so Grav. You Grav. In response to the Grav last fight, you bomb initiate because you know for sure that Atlanta doesn't have the Grav anyway. So after the bomb initiation, in response to that, if you're Angry Titans, you're going to... Wait, that's why I'm confused, because this is Atlanta Academy. Okay. So in response to the bomb initiation from Angry Titans, so this is... Damn it. Okay, let's do that again. So... God damn it, this is so scuffed. Alright. Atlanta grabbed last fight, so in response, your Angry Titans will bomb initiate. We're using the right colors this time. God damn it. So in response to that, you EMP maybe? Or go for your own bomb. So peel bomb. Peel bomb, maybe you beat as well. Plus beat. In response to that, if you're Angry Titans, you're going to use your beat yourself. So this is the flow that they're going to go for Atlanta Academy, that they want. So in response to the beat of Angry Titans, you're going to EMP. So the EMP should kill everyone. They need to get rid of Lullish, Lulsish. God damn it, that name, Lulsish, whatever. Lulsish and maybe Fox as well. So EMP, get rid of Fox and Lull. If you're Angry Titans, you need to protect them with rally. So you rally in response to that, maybe, or maybe even rally in response to the EMP. Yeah, so you need to protect Erky. Okay, let's see how it happens. As far as I know, Angry Titans win the series, so it probably means that they win this match. But how do they win it? Okay, they're stuffing him with choke. They kind of bait him. They go through main instead. They get 6-man EMP'd. Or rather, 5-man EMP. They didn't get fat. But that's still fine. They should be able to isolate at least one person in the form of Lullish. Yeah, there you go. So, Angry Titans are now stuck inside that room. Academy rotates in response to keep them stuffed inside that room. Lullish is now back. They try to go for a kill on Saucy, who was asleep, but they turn it around. Gator is low. He doesn't really need to do Primal because his team is winning anyway. Plus, not Atlanta Academy, like Angry Titans did not commit anything else other than Rally, to my knowledge. Yeah, they committed Rally to this. So if you're Atlanta Academy, you're pretty happy. Bird had to use Nano Boost. I'm not 100% sure on who. Okay, Sugar Free is actually the one asleep. So they Nano Boost Hawk, I think. Yeah, they Nano Boost Hawk. Okay, strange choice, but I guess it works. Did they really need to though? See that again. Funny Astro. Don't think they needed to. Or maybe it was sugar free. Nah, it was sugar free, god damn it. I thought it was a diva. It was a baby diva. I was so confused. So they nano boosted sugar free just for the safety of it. Gator, despite having low HP, is not gonna pop that because they just won the fight. I mean, they get a kill on Gator eventually, but doesn't matter. Fight is already lost. So Angry Titans have a bomb, a shatter, a grav, and a nano boost. Atlanta Academy has 5 ultimates. They're looking to EMP. They need to EMP this before the grav goes out. Okay, the grav goes out from Atlanta Academy first. Angry Titans commit nothing. Atlanta doesn't need to commit more for that. Really efficient fight from Atlanta Academy. Ideally, you kind of want to use just one ultimate per fight. Angry Titans basically have all of their ultimates. Atlanta Academy has 5, or is very close to 5. They can rally in, there we go. They rally in. Sugar Free should go for an EMP right about now. Hack goes out. Uh-oh, they're getting super split. Is that... Hawk goes for a bomb? I'm not 100% sure why. I mean, it doesn't really serve a purpose. Did they know that, like, bubbles are committed? Okay, they nano boost the Rhine. Urki is hacked. The bubbles were not yet committed, so why are they, why are Atlanta Academy using this bomb? To zone people away, but then they can just go... Like, Angry Titans can just go underneath. And there is a bubble for them. Ah, this is weird. This is a weird champ right there. So now they're super split. Bomb splits them up even more. This should be Angry Titans winning. Yeah. I don't think they need, like, Atlanta Academy needed to commit to that fight, or at least commit that many ults to that fight. Let's go back a little bit. Beginning. Okay. They got EMP'd. Grav was committed by Spectral. Kind of zoned out Atlanta a little bit. Gator goes for the Ana. But the rest of his team is going for Urki. In my opinion, I think you could have just gone for Urki. Like, this is still going to be a tough ask if you're Gator, because you've got a Lucio who's healing the Ana. The Ana's not going to die in time. So yeah, I think if you're Atlanta Academy, you could have gone instead for the people under the bridge instead of zoning out this Ana, because the Ana should not be as impactful anymore. I believe she just used her nade, and then if you're Gator anyway, you have shield, so you can plop down the shield if necessary. Ugh. You could have maybe committed Hawk instead towards the Ana to boop them off or contest them off the high ground. He has bomb anyway, if he gets picked off. So yeah, I don't think they should have committed bomb there, and then yeah, Atlanta's about to lose. There's the only way that they win this is if they get a pick off somewhere, but I don't know how that's gonna happen. Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. Like, Angry Titans just wins that fight straight up. So anyway, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna end the VOD right here. Thank you for watching, guys. I will take a break, and when we come back, more of this VOD review.